yay, we're live. Good morning, Rebels. How's everybody this morning? What's everybody got going on this beautiful Monday morning? It's so dark. It's so dark. Good morning, Maureen. I'm so excited to see you. I would love to see your face in person one of these days. Ah, it's so dark in the mornings now. It's like it's a struggle to get out of bed when it's so dark. How are you guys feeling about that? I hope you have coffee. I hope you have coffee. Vintage Gypsy, unscripted. This morning, I was outside drinking my coffee and I was thinking about social media. And I always call it the Golden Thorn. As a rebel entrepreneur, I really struggle with social media, and I think a lot of people do. Um, don't you just get to this point where you're like, I just can't even want to be on Facebook anymore? And sometimes I see people all the time, they take a sabbatical from social media, and like it's so needed. Have you guys ever watched that Social Dilemma? It's on Netflix. Yes, coffee. Good. Coffee is needed this morning. Um, yeah, so Social Dilemma. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it. It's on Netflix. And it actually gave me a lot of insight because I use social media to market my business. Social Dilemma gave me a lot of insights, and so if you get the chance to watch it, or if you haven't watched it yet, please do so. Um, and I would love to hear about the aha moments that you have when it comes to using social media to run your entrepreneur business. So running your business or your marketing on social media is super important because it's free. It's a free platform that everybody can utilize. Um, it's interesting though the algorithms that Facebook uses. So there's a couple things about that um, I wanted to mention. So if you have a business page that you use for your business, um, Facebook ultimately wants you to pay for ads. That's kind of all there is to it. They want your moolah. So, so there's a struggle there to create a community that is engaged. So it's really, really super important in your business to really find your, I don't want to say find your tribe, but build a community of engaged listeners, people that want to, hear what you have to say, that are attracted to your energy, and that's how we grow. That's how we grow our businesses. And so a couple things about social media. Like I said, if you have a business page, ultimately Facebook wants you to pay for ads. So it's really tough to um, to get that engagement unless you're on social media all the time and you post something and then you have to go back and you have to respond to people, and that's, of course, that's a given because you're wanting to connect with these people, and connecting is really super important. So, yeah, so if you're posting on your page, tip number one is remember to stay engaged with those people as they're engaging in whatever it is that you've posted and spoke about. So that's super important. The other thing is use your personal page. I used to believe that I could keep my personal page separate from my business pages, and what I learned in the end is that I am the vintage gypsy straight across the board. Um, it's a lot easier to get engagement on your personal page, and those people want to connect with you. Those are your people, right? Those are your friends, your family, and people that want to connect with you. They send you a friend request, or they're trying to sell you something, or whatever that looks like. But you will get more engagement on your personal page, even if you're posting your business stuff. The other thing is Facebook really likes organic photos. So I know my photos are posted all over my social media, but Facebook really likes organic photos. So if if at all possible, create your own graphics and use your own photos because they'll get a lot more traction on social media platforms. Create groups. Um, Create groups around what it is that you're doing, just like I created this one. So every time I go live, you guys get a notification that I am live in this group. So it allows every time I post something, you get a notification that I posted something. So this, of course, gives you more eyes to see what it is that you're putting out in the world. So having a group actually is and a private group, right? A private group is nicer because you can create that sacred space or that private space where people might feel more comfortable to engage with you or talk with you about stuff. So that's tip number two. Um, Pick a couple social media platforms. Um, there's so many of them out there now. You can use LinkedIn, you can use Facebook, you can use Instagram, you can use Pinterest. I don't know. I haven't grasped the whole TikTok um, thing yet, and I'm not sure that I will. I think that's just really out of my age group. Mind you, my daughter tells me that's not true. There's a She said, "Mom, it's okay. There's a lot of old people on TikTok." So I would love to know if any of you use TikTok, um, or what social media platforms you guys use. But my advice is to, um, you know, pick a couple and concentrate there instead of trying to spread yourself out over, five different platforms. You can also use an app like I use Later. It's later.com. And so you can post to all of your social media platforms all at once. So one click of the button and it posts to all of your social media platforms. So that's super helpful. Plus, you can also plan out your social media for a month in advance under the free membership at Later. So of course, you can always pay for that and you can plan your social media for the next 6 months. But I'm a freaking rebel entrepreneur. I can't plan that far ahead. So yeah. Um, what else can I say about social media? I use Facebook, I use Instagram. I used to use LinkedIn and Pinterest, but um, I do what feels good for you. Um, it really is about trying to create that community around what it is that you're doing and the gifts that you're sharing in the world. People will connect with you. Um, I mean, when you're ready, of course, you can always expand to do more. But if you're just starting out, um, just pick a couple platforms and concentrate your energy there. So um, don't overwhelm yourself. What else? What else can I tell you about social media? Social media drives me crazy. Um, if you're scoping on the internet, people will say, you need to post 3 times a day about these different things, and you need to do this. My advice is, try to post at least once a day, just to try and keep some engagement in your groups. Posting 3 times a day is like spending your life on social media, and I feel like we already spend enough time on social media. Um, like I said too, good morning, Carol. Thanks for coming. Um, as I mentioned too, watching that Social Dilemma, this was actually what I learned from Social Dilemma, watching it on Netflix, trying to understand what the Facebook algorithms, um, how they perform. So if you say, even for me, so if I am on social media And to be a content creator, you have to create content, which means you have to consume content. So you do spend some time on social media checking out what other people are doing. If I happen to click on a link that says, be a social media queen, what happens is that once I click on that, the Facebook algorithm all of a sudden sends me a million different um, posts about being a social media queen or different posts about social media. So what happens is we start to do that comparison thing. So social media can really be a downer because all of a sudden you start comparing yourself to what everybody else is putting out there. So if I'm a life coach and I post something about being a life coach, all of a sudden Facebook starts sending me all of the stuff about life coaches and all of the different life coaches that are out there. And so what happens is you really start to compare yourself to what everybody else is doing out there. And this can be really disheartening. And you find yourself down the rabbit hole of, maybe I'm not good enough, or everybody else in the world is doing this too. And, how am I going to reach potential clients, or how am I going to grow my business? And so you find yourself getting stuck down this rabbit hole of comparison. And I would really like to not see you guys do that, because in this group, we are rebel entrepreneurs. We understand our worth. We don't devalue what we put out in the world. And we have a very deep understanding that it is okay to learn, grow, and evolve your business however you want to do that. And there's more than enough abundance in this world for everybody. And there's 4 billion people in the world. So there's more than enough for everybody. So please don't find yourself in the rabbit hole of social media um, and feeling like, or just encouraging the limiting beliefs that we all have within in ourselves. The idea is really to get past that and really take a step forward and move past those limiting beliefs, understanding that we are limitless. We are limitless, and however we choose to live our lives and grow our businesses is perfectly okay, and we will thrive and grow and evolve. So that's kind of my rant about social media. Um, if you have any questions about social media, or you want to comment about social media, or how you use social media, or if you want more tips and tricks about social media, please reach out to me. Um, I've been doing this for a long time, and I can certainly share with you what it is that I know um, about social media and marketing on social media. Um, I do call it the Golden Thorn for a reason. We need it. We need to do it. We need to embrace it to some extent. Um, but really, it is about doing what feels good for your soul. Um, your business ultimately is an extension of you, of your soul, of your passion. So don't let the world of social media crush that for you. I know I get going on these rants and then I just rant until I run out of things to say. So, um, yeah, social media. It's the perfect way to grow your business, but there are some downfalls to it. So, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you watch the replay, you can drop it in the comments. Um, I think that's all I have to say today, except I have a new program coming up starting in January. It's the Rebel Entrepreneur Mastermind. I'm going to send out some information about that, and I'm going to be talking about that over the next month. Um, I would love for you guys to join me if you feel up to it. Um, Hang out with me in a private container, and I would love to help you grow your businesses as a rebel entrepreneur. So go forth, magical rebels, and slay your dragons today, and have a wonderful day, and just be you. Be you. That's all you have to be in this world. So I love you, and have a wonderful week.